everyone, my name is Tasha and welcome to my 28th week pregnancy update here on Candied Little Yams. Though I'm no longer in my 28th week of pregnancy, I would like to update you all on what happened during that week. I went to the doctor and I had the infamous glucose tolerance test to test for gestational diabetes. And I told you all before that I was having problems with that due to my emergency room trip and to my fruit cravings that I was having, and so I wasn't expecting favorable results for my glucose tolerance test. I didn't know whether it was going to be good or bad. I mean, I didn't know whether it was going to be bad in this direction or bad in that direction, but I went in first thing in the morning and I drank the 50 grams of glucose drink. It wasn't as bad as I suspected. The 5 minutes you get to drink it was the bad part, because it was a sugary flat orange drink and it just, I didn't want to drink it in 5 minutes, and it was quite a bit of fluid to get down in 5 minutes, but I drank it, didn't really cause a problem. And then I went on with my OB appointment, and then they drew my blood and I went home. They did not give me results on the spot. They emailed me my results like half a week later, like 3 or 4 days after the test, and I was shocked / appalled by the results, and I wish I would have gotten my results on the spot because I don't think I should have been driving home. I knew I was extremely hungry when I left the glucose tolerance test. That's really the only symptom that I had from drinking that much sugar in that amount of time without like eating much for breakfast. But I was extremely hungry after leaving, and that may have been a symptom of having low glucose. So what the results said was that the reference range for glucose normal is, sorry, I have to burp. Normal is 65 to 139. I have my notes here. 65 to 139 is the reference normal range. Anything above 139 is high for pregnancy. Anything below 65 is low. And mine was a 51. After drinking all of that sugar, I guess all of the insulin came out and did stuff, and it just went haywire, and it was extremely low. It was 51 was what my glucose level was, and I looked up a lot of research. I have not been back to the doctor, nor have they called me about the results having this extremely low glucose, but they say you go into like hypoglycemic shock sessions between like 50 and 54 glucose levels. So I think being hungry is a symptom of hypoglycemia, but you can get dizzy like I've gotten in the past and I didn't know why. You can faint like I almost have and didn't know why. You can have vomiting and all these other things from hypoglycemia, and in and of itself it's not that terrible, but having constant hypoglycemia is not good for you or the baby, and you can have a low birth weight baby. Just like having gestational diabetes, you can have a high birth weight baby, like 10 and 13 pounds, these crazy big babies. With hypoglycemia, you can end up having a little baby, and the problem with having tiny babies is that they sometimes have developmental backsets, like they don't develop as fast, and they can have trouble breathing, like their lungs and physical parts are underdeveloped as well. So you don't want to have hypoglycemia all the time and have this low birth rate baby. It's kind of like smoking cigarettes and having a low birth weight baby, or having like a alcohol, what do you call it when you drink alcohol during the pregnancy? Alcoholic low birth weight baby. It's not good to have hypoglycemia the whole time you're pregnant. So things that I've been trying to do to fix that, besides not wanting a extremely low birth weight baby, is I don't want to be dizzy and fainting and falling out all the time either, because that has been a constant problem kind of during this whole pregnancy. And at one time your baby can say, oh, growth spurt, I'm taking all of your glucose. So you want to eat every 2 hours with hypoglycemia. This is what the internet told me. You want to eat every 2 hours, and you want to try to avoid Sugar will get your glucose up really fast, but it'll also drop it back down really fast, which is kind of what happened to me, I think, during my glucose test. So you want to eat long-term carbohydrates, and a good one is peanut butter, which they kind of want you to eat peanut butter anyway, so your child will be less likely to end up with a peanut allergy. But peanut butter is like a long-lasting carbohydrate, so it'll raise your glucose and it'll kind of stabilize it. So I've been trying to eat lots of peanut butter crackers every 2 hours, as well as more substantial, stable square meals, like meals that are meals, not just chips, because I told you all I like my chips because I don't know why, and my blood pressure's fine. But also during my glucose test, this is off topic, but I told them that I ate a plant-based diet, and they weren't concerned. They've never been concerned about my plant-based diet, but I told them that my grandmother was bothering me and I wanted to get tested for deficiencies, and they said, well, the only thing we really worried about is B12 and vitamin D. So they drew blood for those 2 lab tests, and my B12 was fine, so that's good. My vitamin D was low, probably because I'm African American and have a lot of melanin in my skin. That probably has nothing to do with my diet anyway. So they gave me a vitamin D prescription, and they also gave me an iron prescription because they said I was anemic, which isn't new. I've been anemic multiple times throughout my life. So they tested those things too. So those were iron and vitamin D were 2 deficiencies that I had as far as vitamins. And I told them that I was okay at taking my prenatal pills, but not the best. So those are the prescriptions that they gave me for that. But I have not talked to them about the glucose yet. But as far as just self-medicating, I'm trying to eat every 2 hours just to keep it stable. Trying to eat more square meals and more long-lasting carbohydrates so that I don't faint and pass out and get dizzy while driving and end up hurting myself, the baby, or anyone else. And most of all, try not to have a low birth weight baby, because I'm already not gaining weight at the rate that the WIC office would like, but my OB seems okay with my weight, because I guess I was overweight anyway from the beginning. So yeah, that's a thing. So yeah, that's it for my 28th week pregnancy update. I hope this was interesting to you. If you had hypoglycemia or glucose issues altogether revolving around your glucose test, let me know in the comments below, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye. Oh yeah, and when I talk to the doctor, I'll let you all know what they said about it. Bye.